Because only the Roman Senate could bestow the title of Deus, Titus first needed to convince them that Vespasian had been a god. There was evidently some difficulty in arranging this, however. Vespasian's consecratio did not occur until 6 months after his death, an unusually long interval. Titus also created a priesthood, the Flamines, to administer the cult. The cult of Vespasian was not isolated to Rome, and appointments were made throughout the provinces. In the areas surrounding Judea, a Roman bureaucracy called the Commune Aesii oversaw the cult. Notably, all seven of the Christian churches of Asia mentioned in Revelation chapter 1 verse 11 had agencies of the commune located within them. Upon her death, Titus also secured the deification of his sister Domitia. In going through the process of deifying his father and sister and establishing their cults, Titus received an education in a skill few humans have ever possessed. He learned how to create a religion. Titus not only created and administered religions, he was a prophet. While emperor, he received the title of Pontifex Maximus, which made him the high priest of the Roman religion and the official head of the Roman College of Priests, the same title and office that once Christianity had become the Roman state religion, its popes would assume. As Pontifex Maximus, Titus was responsible for a large collection of prophecies, annales, maximi, every year, and officially recorded celestial and other signs as well as the events that had followed these omens, so that future generations would be able to better understand the divine will. Titus was unusually literate. He claimed to take shorthand faster than any secretary and to be able to forge any man's signature, and stated that under different circumstances he could have become the greatest forger in history. Suetonius records that Titus possessed conspicuous mental gifts and made speeches and wrote verses in Latin and Greek, and that his memory was extraordinary. Titus' brother, Domitian, who succeeded him as emperor, also used religion to his advantage. In addition to deifying his brother, Domitian attempted to link himself to Jupiter, the supreme god of the Roman Empire, by having the Senate decree that the god had mandated his rule. Not only did the Flavians create religions, they performed miracles. In the following passage from Tacitus, Vespasian is recorded as curing one man's blindness and another's withered limb, miracles also performed by Jesus. One of the common people of Alexandria, well known for his blindness, begged Vespasian that he would deign to moisten his cheeks and eyeballs with his spittle. Another, with a diseased hand, prayed that the limb might feet the print of a Caesar's foot. And so Vespasian accomplished what was required. The hand was instantly restored to its use, and the light of day again shone upon the blind. The Gospels record that Jesus also used this method of curing blindness, that is, by placing spittle on a blind man's eyelids. After thus speaking, he spat on the ground, and then, kneading the dust and spittle into clay, he smeared the clay over the man's eyes and said to him, "Go and wash in the pool of Siloam." The name means sent. So he went and washed his eyes and returned able to see. John chapter 9, verses 6 through 7. Other stories were circulated about Vespasian that suggested his divinity. One involved a stray dog dropping a human hand at Vespasian's feet. The hand was a symbol of power in first century Romans. Another tale described an ox coming into Vespasian's dining room and literally falling at the emperor's feet and lowering his neck, as if recognizing to whom its sacrifice was done. Circulating tales that suggested they were gods was no doubt thought by the Flavians to be a good tonic for hoi polloi. The more an emperor was seen by his subjects to be divine, the easier it was for him to maintain his control over them. The Flavians certainly focused on manipulating the masses. To promote the policy of bread and circuses, they built the Colosseum, where they staged shows with gladiators and wild beasts that involved mass slaughter, imperial cults that portrayed Roman emperors as gods and workers of miracles appear to have been created solely because they were politically useful. The cults seem to have evoked no religious emotion. No evidence of any spontaneous offerings attesting to the sincerity of the worshippers has ever been discovered. The advantage of converting one's family into a succession of gods appealed to many Roman emperors. 36 of the 60 emperors, from Augustus to Constantine, and 27 members of their families were apostatized and received the title Deus. Of course, inventions of fictitious religions must have a certain cynicism in regard to the sacred. Vespasian was quoted on his deathbed as saying, "Oh my, I must be turning into a god." Pliny commented on the cynicism that the Flavians felt toward the religions they had created. Notice in the following quote Pliny's understanding that Titus had made himself a son of a god. Titus deified Vespasian and Domitian. Titus, but only so that one would be the son of a god and the other a brother of a god. This cynicism that the patrician class felt toward religion was a subject of the satires of the Roman poet Juvenal. While the exact dates of Juvenal's birth and death are unknown, it is believed that he lived during the era of the Flavians. One of his satires concerns Agrippa and Bernice, the mistress of Titus. Tradition has it that Juvenal was banished from Rome by Domitian. Sophisticated Romans, like those Juvenal wrote about, did not believe in the gods, but rather in fortune and fate. The prevailing ethos of the patrician class was that the world was either ruled by blind chance or immutable destiny. Fortune has no divinity. Could we but see it, it's we ourselves, who made her a goddess and set her in the heavens.